All right, everyone. My name's Tiffany and Clunch. I'm an Orange Status presenter with Unique. If you have not been on a Zoom call before and never met me, that's who I am. I'm part of your upline if you're on this call right now. So we're going to go ahead and get started talking about the new Fast Start program, which I am so excited about. I'm going to just briefly cover the Fast Start program and just tell you kind of what you need to do to make sure that you hit it. All right, so the new Fast Start program, there is 3 tiers to it. And on the first tier, you have to have, I have completely blanked right now. You have to have 500, no, that's not right. I meant to look at that right before I got on here. Sky's got it probably right in front of her. But I had that chart. Let me see here. Literally just saved it. Hang on, guys.
Hold on, I'm going to share it.
Oh, yeah, you can share it in here. I forgot you can do that. Okay. Yeah, so for the first one, you have to have 5 parties, and you have to reach 500 in PRS. And then that's, if you do that within the first 30 days, then you get $50 in YCash instead of 25, okay? So if you take more than 30 days, then you get 25 in YCash. This is all stuff that as a sponsor, if your downline gets it, then you get it as well. All right. And then for the second level, you have to have 10 parties, reach 1,000 in sales, and you have to sponsor 3 girls. And if you do that within 60 days, you get $100 in YCash. If it goes any longer than that, then you get 50 in YCash, okay? And that's all stuff that your sponsor will get as well. So if you are someone who joined in 2017 and you have people under you already, then not only are you banking off of yourself doing this, but you're banking off the people already under you that are doing this, all right? Which is amazing. And then we have the third tier, which is 15 parties, 1,500 in PRS, 3 sponsored people directly under you, and they have to each have started 5 parties and have 500 in PRS, guys. All right? So this is a little bit more confusing, a little bit more to it than our last Fast Start program. And with that, if you reach the third tier, you get $100 in cash. And so will your sponsor, which is awesome. This is the first time they've ever done matching bonuses like this, guys. And then there's a pink status in 90 days bonus. Let me come back to you all so you can see me again. But that, oh, I don't know what's going on. There we go. All right, I'm back. So just wanted to briefly cover that and what you need to do. So that is basically encompassing all of your income producing activities. That is your income producing activities. Income producing activities are booking, selling, sponsoring. So that means you book parties, you sell stuff, you sponsor people from those parties. And that is where I've gotten most of my recruits at, are people that I didn't know before. You're not going to sponsor people usually who are close to you. So get that out of your head. Just because your mom or your sister or your best friend doesn't want to join you doesn't mean that other people don't want to. Okay, those are going to be the last people to join you, first off, because they're going to doubt you. Anytime anybody does something new, people are going to think that you're crazy. People are going to have negative feelings about what you're doing. People are going to tell you you can't do it or that you're nuts. I've had people tell me all those things, but I'm still here. And those people aren't telling me those things anymore because I've been successful with my business. And it's only because I didn't listen to them. So just wanted to go there real quick and drop a truth bomb on you guys because we need it. We all need it. We all need to realize that it's not about what anybody else thinks, but it's only about what we think up here about ourselves. Okay? So Fast Start program. To achieve the Fast Start program, you are going to need to do a few things, guys. Like I said, book, sell, sponsor. every day, Sky and I came up with a daily task list that we think is going to work if you do it every single day. So every day, you need to ask 3 people to have a beauty what you need to cover all 3 levels. So go ahead and book those so you have them. So at the end of your fast start period, you're not struggling to get your last 5 parties because you only booked 10. Go ahead and book 15. That is doable right now, and it's a must. So that's what we suggest doing, is to go ahead and ask 3 people every day. So if you ask 3 people every day, you're going to book your 15 parties in your first month. So you're going to have them booked, even though you may not do them until the next month or the month after that. You book them out whenever you want to. You can book them all for the same month. Heck, that would be what I would do. I would knock them all out. And that's going to bring your PRS up faster. That's going to get your recruits in faster. I suggest trying to hit all 3 levels in the first 30 days. I think that is doable. I don't think it's crazy. I think you can hit pink status in the first 30 days. And some of you girls have proved that you can do that. So we know that's possible. Now, for the new people we bring in, this is only for new people, there is a pink status bonus. So if you reach pink status within the first 90 days, you get a $200 cash bonus, I believe it is. And if you sponsored that person that hits pink status that you helped get there, then you get that $200 as well. How sweet is that? Michelle asked if we do the full 10 days for the party. I do sometimes. If the party is looking like people are lagging on getting their orders in, then I will extend it. But I like to start it out as like a 5-day and let them know it's just going to be 5 days, and then say, oh, well, I'm extending it. That way you have more time and it creates urgency. So you can do it however you want to. I suggest kudos parties right now. We got a great kudos. We got a great Mother's Day bundle. I suggest doing those ASAP. Doing those in conjunction, like showing the Mother's Day bundle, showing those, doing videos on both of them, all that kind of good thing. All right. Anybody else have any questions so far? I had to stop for a drink. Whew. Sky's going to say something. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to share this picture. Just to kind of show you guys. I haven't like dove into it like hardcore. But Kelly Rose Arnold posted this earlier, and I thought it was neat. And it shows you that it basically shows you like when your team does this, like in this in the third tier, it's just breaking everything down into like a picture kind of visual thing. But over here in the bottom right corner where it has like the 3 little women, little, stick women, it shows you that, if you do all this, you're going to end up hitting green status. Like if you help the people underneath you do this and earn pink, then that's going to bump you up and get you to an elite status, which is pretty much the whole point of this. You book sales sponsor underneath you and you teach your team how to do this exact thing, how to do fast start, because that's the whole process of building this business. And then you getting those 3 people under you is going to bump you up as we're going into elite status.
That is sweet. Love that. You'll have to share that in our team group. Oh, hang on. Sky, I guess she's done. She put herself back on mute. She's making sure she mutes herself tonight. All right. So that was one thing that I wanted to cover. I also want to talk about our sponsoring group if you're in it. I'm sure if you're in this Zoom call, then you're probably in the sponsoring group, because if you're on a Zoom call, that means you're doing everything that you can to work your business and to learn and grow. So if you're not in the sponsoring group, let me know. I'll put you in there. We need the sponsoring group because I noticed last month when we were focusing on getting those kudos sold that we didn't focus on sponsoring. And I know that because the month before we went up by like 40 prisoners, and last month as a team, we only went up by 15 or 20, I think. So huge difference there. And that's not a failure, guys. I'm just saying that's what we need to focus on now. Everybody did wonderful last month. We had tons of promotions. We had tons of people hitting fast start. I'm super proud of you all. And wanted to talk real quick because I started watching a video. Whew, I can't breathe. Before I got on here. And I'm telling you, I'm so short of breath. But it was a leader in our company talking about how if you didn't meet a status last month, you still need to celebrate what you did do. You did better than you did before. You made more money than you were making before. You helped more people with their confidence than you did before. So just because you didn't get to where you needed to get doesn't mean that you shouldn't celebrate what you did do. So celebrate your successes, even though they might be small, or you may think they're small, but I promise you they're a lot bigger than what you think, because it's going to be what gets you to the next level. And don't give up. Do not give up because you don't hit something. We have people in this team. Carly's on here right now. She would tell you her story. She missed blue status by like 250, I think it was. And she probably knows the exact amount. I'm probably not right. But $2.50, guys, and missed it right as the time was changing over and the website started updating. Okay, let me tell you, there have been many times when I've missed hitting green status. I was green status for an entire year before I hit orange. And it wasn't because of any particular thing. It was multiple different things, but mainly it was me not believing in myself and me not, thinking that I was worthy of it. You have to believe that you deserve it. You have to believe that your family deserves it, that, you don't have to be stuck in this, conformity of what society says that we should be. You don't have to work a 9-to-5 the rest of your life. Guys, last month, and I might cry. Gosh, I need to stop. Last month, I made about $500 short of what I make. It's really daycare costs away, and daycare is almost what I pay in my mortgage. So, food for thought. I've been doing this a little over 2 years, and if I can do it, you can do it. You have to be willing to do what other people won't for a short amount of time so you can live the rest of your life the way that other people never will. So keep that in mind as you're hitting your goals. You're going through the motions. You get exhausted. You don't want to do it anymore. You want to give up. Somebody said they were going to order and they don't. Somebody said they were going to join your team and they don't. That is not the end of the world. It's not their time. It's not your time. You just have to keep pushing, okay? So I felt like there was something else I was going to touch on. Sponsoring group, fast start. Oh, we was going to talk about keeping things simple. Sometimes we really get caught up in, we complicate things. We overcomplicate things when really they're just simple. Book sale sponsor is our income producing activities. So if you're not selling, then you need to book parties. If you're not sponsoring, then you need to ask people. Okay? That's it. It's that simple. You just have to ask. And sometimes we mind F ourselves, guys. We do. We do it all the time. I do it still. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. And we spend the time wondering what to do instead of taking the actions. You just need to ask. You just need to sit down, get you a hundreds list. If you do not have a list of people, make a list of people. Make a list of 100 people and work from that list. And then when you move, you're going to constantly be adding people to that list. So make a list of 100 people, knock it out in a week, and add 100 more. That is ultimately what we should do. I work from Facebook. I don't have I do have a binder. I made it up, but I didn't use it. So it's still sitting here. I don't think I've written, I think I have wrote one day in it. I have a planner that I use that I love. and I use it almost daily. But I do have a binder, and I think it's a good idea if you have access to a printer to print off your Facebook friends list and work from that. So that's a way you can do it. You know, don't skip anybody. It's not your decision whether or not they get offered this opportunity. You offer the opportunity. Don't think about what they're going to say, or if they're well off enough, or if they're too busy, they don't have time for the opportunity. Don't assume that, because you don't know how bad somebody needs this opportunity. Just how I'm sure when you were asked, the person that was asking you probably didn't realize how bad you needed it. You probably didn't realize how bad you needed it. And then you did it, and you're like, man, something was freaking missing this whole time. And then, bam, here you are. And I honestly can say that I feel completely 100% doing what I'm supposed to be. I feel whole. I feel like nothing can stop me. Enjoy the small things. Is that what it says? Oh, she's got her notebook. Awesome. I suggest keeping a notebook on hand and a planner. And if you want to do a binder, I can show you this binder. It's the meal planning binder that Bree did. And like I said, I haven't written very much in mine because no excuses, guys. There's no excuses. I just haven't done it. Okay. Scott, have you written in yours? But I write in my planner and I do the things. All right. I don't need a list. It's just a part of my daily routine. I'm just kidding. That was just a joke. Okay. So if you want to do a binder, it has, I think, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs on it. Just a regular 3-ring binder, guys. And on the first page, or they're labeled Monday through Sunday on the first 7. And then the back is going to have your 100s list. So you can print out your Facebook friends, and you can make that your list. And it'll be more than your 100s list, of course. I have almost 4,000 friends now. And you should be adding friends every day. Add 10 friends every single day. Make sure that they're not friends with another presenter that you know, okay? Now, if you don't know that they're a presenter, then it's not your fault. You didn't know, okay? But if I'm their friend, or Sky's their friend, or somebody that is, on our team and you know them and they look familiar, just make sure that you don't add people that are similar. All right. So it has a list of daily tasks to do. So for Monday, you have a piece of paper, and for part 1, you make contacts. All right. So say you want to make 10 contacts. Start 10 conversations with 10 different people. It doesn't have to be about Younique, okay? On 2, you make sales, take action. So what that means is you take action by posting in parties, you make videos, you make interactive posts, and live videos. All of those are great. And then you want to do follow-ups on your 3rd bullet. So follow up with, say you want to follow up with 10 people. Then follow up with those 10 people. Put the bullets there and do how many ever you feel work in your day that you have time for, okay? And then on 4, it says love it. That means you tell your customer to send you a photo and ask them, have they ever thought about starting a business? Like, I know you love the products. Go ahead and send me a photo so I can use it in my customer testimonial. Is it something that you've ever thought about doing before? Just something real short, simple, just to kind of plant the seed. Just because they don't say yes either doesn't mean that they don't really want to do it. Sometimes it's just not the right time. So unless they tell you no, just straight up no, then there's still possibilities. So don't ever give up on anybody. And then 5 is personal development. We should be doing personal development every day. Some good personal development books Let me check here. I have a ton on my Kindle. I'm going to tell you what I have that you should read. Here's a list of books that I have read. Are you ready? All right, so I'm working on right now You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. I love Get Rich, Lucky, and it's the B word, this is by Denise Thomas. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. We have Girl Code, Unlocking the Secrets to Success, Sanity and Happiness. You can really just type in Girl Code and find it though. And it's by Kara Will, I mean. And then How to Build Network Marketing Leaders by Big Al. The 7 Cent Decision by Amber Voigt. Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Robbins. Girl Boss by Sophia Amoruso. And that is the ones that I have read. I also suggest The Secret. If you have not watched that, you need to look it up. It was on Netflix, but I don't think it's on there anymore. And 10X by Grant Cardone. So those are all great books that you can work from. Don't download them all at once. Don't get overwhelmed. Pick something that you need to work on and get a book for that, okay? So if you're having trouble with your confidence, then read a book like Girl Boss. Something that's going to empower you, uplift you. If you're having trouble sponsoring, read the book by Eric Worre, and I can't remember what it's called now, but I didn't even list it off because I have it paperback. Go Pro by Eric Worre. If you're having trouble sponsoring, that is a book you need to read, like now. That's what really taught me how to sponsor to begin with. That is what I work from. All right. Anybody have any questions? I feel like we've covered a lot and we've moved fast. So feel free to ask any questions or comments if there's something that you feel like you can help others with. No questions. There's a lot of info tonight. I just went there, y'all. It happened. Just couldn't stop talking. Story of my life. All right. I'll probably just put this back in my notebook I haven't used. All right. I say one day when I'm not working full time. You know what I've told myself? We got to stop saying one day, you guys. Stop saying one day and figure out now when you can do it now. That's something that has really, really helped me I want to do a blog. There's so many things I want to do. I want to write a book one day, and I just have so many goals, and I keep telling myself one day, but I got to get started on these things now, or, it's not going to happen. Stop saying one day and just go for it. You all got this. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. Good? All right. I'm so empowered by all of you all. You all rock for real. I love that about this company, that we get to do that for each other. We have a sisterhood of amazing women. Our team is so close-knit and strong, and I love our group chat. Love everything about this. So we're all rocking it, guys. I'm excited to see what the next month, year, 5 years holds. Because just imagine what you can do in 2 years. What you got? What is that? Blue status. Yes, Michelle's going for blue. I say shoot for green and shoot for the moon, land among the stars. That's what I tell people. Even though I was far off from purple last month, I was still shooting for it. And if I hadn't have been shooting for it, I would have stopped at orange. And last month, even though we didn't go to the goal that I wanted to go to, which, you know, it's not about me. It's about me helping you all get to where you need to be. Because if you help enough people get to where they need to go, then you'll get to where you want to go. But we only, and I don't want to say only, but we sold $100 more in company sales than we did last month. And I don't want to say only because that's a huge accomplishment, because even though it was just $100 more, we still requalified for orange and still surpassed that. You all still qualified for your pink status, for your green status. You know, everything you did is amazing. Like, it just gets better and better. The longer you stay in, the better it gets. And I love that about this, is that you can't fail. You can't fail unless you just quit. So don't roll over and die. Stay with it, and y'all will get to black status. It's so possible. It's so possible. And I know that now more than ever because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing how close those little bars get to black status, and I'm like, oh, like, it's real. It can happen. Like, it's going to happen. So know that in your minds already, that you girls are already there. You're already a black status presenter. You just need a little more time. All right? You're already there. So that's pretty much all I had. I get like all emotional on these things. All right. If anybody has any questions, just let me know. If you want to ask them afterwards, that's fine too. Carly, Sky, do you have anything you want to add? No? Did I cover it all? Did I squirrel too much? All right. All right. I usually like to end with prayer because it's just what I feel drawn to do at the end of everything. So I'll say, go ahead.
I did one. Just like what I texted you earlier about the messaging. Last night when I was making the push to try to maintain and everything with green, I was messaging everybody I could. And a few people, I started scrolling back and looking back at our conversations. And 9 out of 10 of them that I'd messaged for the first time a year and a half ago never replied back to those first two or three messages I sent, because I would send a book and I sounded spammy and I sounded like, hey, join my team, you know, stuff like that. And which in my mind I was thinking, you know, hey, I was making progress because I was messaging, which was a big feat for me. Tiffany knows. But so that's my advice. Looking back and how non-productive I was with how I was sounding versus now I've learned how to short and sweet, to the point, kind of like very personable, like if I was just messaging a friend. Because one day you're going to build that relationship with them, whether it's as a client or they become a Y sister. It's all about relationship building. So treat them, you know, like a normal person and not like you're trying to sell. And that will get you farther. Short and sweet too. Just short and sweet to the point. If they have to read a bunch, they're not going to read it. That's all I had.
Yeah. I meant to go there and I squirreled.
It's all good, girl.
I was talking about keeping it simple and I just went somewhere else. So, but, all right. Well, that's a lot of awesome info. I feel like that was really helpful for everyone. We got a lot of books in there. We got a lot of different ways to do things. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. I'm sure I'll think of something else that I wish I would have said, but that's how it always goes. All right. So I'll say a quick prayer and we'll hop off here, and I'll talk to you all in the group chat. All right. Lord, thank you for letting us be together again on another Zoom call, letting us all build this relationship and letting us have the technology to be able to see and talk to each other like this. It's truly amazing. But be with us throughout this week until we get on another Zoom call and are able to pray with you again and talk to you again. But help us to let others see you in us. Let them see the light that we have to bring, the opportunity we have to bring, and not just that, but the future that they can have. Help others see that they deserve that. and let them see that through us. And that's really all I have. We love you. Amen. All right, guys. I hope you all have a good night. I love you. Mwah. That's it. Spirit fingers. I'm so tired.